Really Haunted Places does not support or endorse trespassing to visit haunted places. Before you decide to visit, please make sure to acquire the appropriate permits and/or permissions and be respectful of properties that are privately owned. If you have a town or city you'd like us to cover in a ghost story, let us know, and we'll give you a shout out. Imagine standing in a hallway where the temperature drops suddenly, and a ghostly apparition appears before your eyes, as if reaching out from the past. This isn't a scene from a movie, but a chilling reality experienced by guests at the Langham Hotel in Marylebone, London. London, with its rich history dating back to Roman times, is often regarded as one of the most haunted cities in England. Its cobblestone streets, historic buildings, and centuries-old landmarks create the perfect backdrop for ghostly encounters. Tonight, we'll delve into 7 of the most haunted spots in London, each with its own eerie tale and spine-chilling experiences. Let's get started, shall we? Number 1. The Spaniards Inn, Hampstead. Built in 1585, the Spaniards Inn in Hampstead is one of London's oldest pubs, steeped in history and ghostly lore. It's said that the infamous highwayman Dick Turpin used the inn as a hideout, and his ghost still haunts the premises. Patrons and staff have reported seeing a shadowy figure in the pub's dark corners and hearing the sound of hoofbeats echoing through the night. The ghostly sightings extend to the garden, where a ghostly dog, thought to be Turpin's loyal companion, is seen wandering. The creaking floors, flickering lights, and inexplicable cold drafts contribute to the inn's spooky reputation. One particularly chilling encounter involved a late-night visitor who saw the figure of a man in 18th century clothing standing at the foot of his bed, only for the apparition to vanish moments later. Number 2. The Clink Prison, Southwark. The Clink Prison, dating back to 1144, is one of the oldest and most notorious prisons in England. Located in Southwark, it housed a variety of inmates, from debtors to political prisoners. The conditions were harsh, with inmates often left to rot in their cells. Visitors today report hearing the clanking of chains, ghostly footsteps, and disembodied voices. Some have even felt a spectral hand brush against them. The spirits of tortured prisoners seem to linger, trapped in an eternal cycle of suffering. One of the most spine-chilling encounters involved a group of paranormal investigators who captured footage of a ghostly figure dressed in old-fashioned clothing, pacing the dungeon halls, seemingly unaware of the modern intruders. Number 3. Her Majesty's Theatre, Southwark. Her Majesty's Theatre, a historic venue in Southwark, is known not only for its performances but also for its ghostly residents. The most famous spirit is that of the man in grey, often seen during matinee performances. Dressed in a tricorn hat, powdered wig, and cloak, this spectral figure is said to walk the aisles before vanishing into a wall where a skeleton was once found. Actors and audience members alike have reported sudden chills, flickering lights, and the unmistakable presence of unseen watchers. One of the eeriest encounters involved a stagehand who, after seeing the man in grey, was visited by a series of misfortunes, further cementing the theater's haunted reputation. Number 4. Room 333, Langham Hotel in Marylebone. The Langham Hotel in Marylebone is known for its luxury and elegance, but Room 333 harbors a dark secret. Guests staying in this room have reported terrifying encounters with a ghostly figure dressed in Victorian attire. The apparition is said to be that of a doctor who murdered his wife and then took his own life while staying at the hotel. Witnesses have described objects moving on their own, unexplained knocks on the door, and an overwhelming sense of dread. The hotel's history, combined with these eerie occurrences, makes Room 333 one of London's most infamous haunted locations. The most terrifying account is from a guest who woke to see the doctor standing at the foot of the bed, only for him to disappear in a flash of cold air. Number 5. Tower of London, Central London. The Tower of London, with its 1,000-year history, is perhaps the most haunted site in London. The tower has been the scene of numerous executions, imprisonments, and tortures. One of the most famous ghosts is that of Anne Boleyn, beheaded in 1536. Her headless apparition is said to walk the tower's corridors, carrying her severed head. Other spirits include the princes in the tower, who mysteriously disappeared and were believed to have been murdered. The chilling cries and ghostly figures make the Tower of London a hotspot for paranormal activity, drawing countless visitors eager to experience its haunted past. The most harrowing story involves a guard who, after seeing in Bullen's ghost, collapsed in shock and was found unconscious hours later. Number 6. Highgate Cemetery, Highgate. Highgate Cemetery is not only the final resting place of notable figures like Karl Marx, but also a site of eerie hauntings. Established in 1839, the cemetery's Gothic architecture and overgrown vegetation create a suitably spooky atmosphere. Visitors have reported seeing a tall, dark figure with burning red eyes, known as the Highgate Vampire. This apparition is said to lurk among the tombstones, causing feelings of dread and unease. Phantom footsteps, whispers, and ghostly apparitions are common occurrences, making Highgate Cemetery one of London's most haunted and atmospheric locations. One of the most chilling encounters involved a visitor who saw the figure glide towards them, only for it to disappear into the shadows. Number 7. Charlton House, Greenwich. Built in 1607, Charlton House in Greenwich is considered one of the most haunted houses in London. The mansion's history includes tales of murder, tragedy, and ghostly apparitions. One of the most famous spirits is that of a young girl named Anne, who died of smallpox. Her ghost is often seen wandering the halls, accompanied by the smell of lavender. Visitors have also reported seeing shadowy figures, hearing disembodied voices, and experiencing sudden drops in temperature. The mansion's eerie ambience and rich history make Charlton House a fascinating yet spine-chilling destination. One particularly eerie encounter involved a group of ghost hunters who captured the faint voice of a child on their recording devices, pleading for help. Among these tales, the ghostly encounters at room 333 in the Langham Hotel stand out for their intensity and frequency. The tragic story of the murderous doctor and his relentless ghostly presence create a turning point that leaves guests and viewers alike on the edge of their seats, questioning the boundaries between the living and the spectral. London's rich history and its numerous haunted sites continue to captivate and intrigue both residents and visitors. These tales of ghostly encounters and paranormal activities contribute to the city's mysterious allure, reminding us of the thin veil between the past and the present. Thanks for joining me on this journey through some of the most haunted places in London, England. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more ghost stories related content and comment your thoughts below. And check out another one of our videos right here on Really Haunted Places.